Hey there, wonderful viewers. I hope this message finds you in the heart of the holiday spirit, surrounded by the warmth of family and the joy of the season. As we gather around the metaphorical fireplace of the internet, I'm excited to share something special with you, a Christmas special, not just filled with tinsel and mistletoe, but with a gift that keeps on giving, financial resolutions for the new year. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on the roller coaster that was the past year. I don't know about you, but for many of us, it felt like navigating through a financial labyrinth. The holidays, though joyous, brought their own set of challenges, especially when it came to managing our finances. I can vividly recall those moments when the jingle of bells was sometimes overshadowed by the jingle of tightening budgets. You see, amidst the festive cheer, many faced financial struggles. It's not always easy to admit, but trust me, you're not alone. Whether it was navigating the costs of holiday gifts or unexpected expenses, we've all been there. And it's during these times that the importance of setting financial resolutions becomes crystal clear. Now, as I look back on my own journey, I had a realization, a light bulb moment, if you will. The holiday season isn't just about exchanging gifts, it's also a time for introspection. As the year draws to a close, we have the opportunity to look ahead, and that includes our financial well-being. Effective financial planning isn't just about numbers. It's about creating a foundation for a more secure and fulfilling life. It's like building a gingerbread house. Each piece matters, and together, they create something strong and lasting. So here we are, setting the stage for our financial resolutions, not just as a checklist, but as a roadmap to a brighter and more prosperous future. And guess what? The best part is just around the corner. We're about to dive into the main segment where we unwrap the secrets to financial resolutions for the new year. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's embark on this journey together. After all, what better gift to give yourself this holiday season than the promise of financial well-being in the coming year? Emergency fund. Let me take you back a bit to a time when I thought budgeting was just a word people threw around. It was a few years ago during the holiday season. You know, the time when everyone's feeling the festive spirit, but my bank account was singing a different tune. I had no emergency fund, and life decided to throw a curveball my way. Picture this. It's the middle of December, the festive lights are twinkling, and I'm excitedly planning for Christmas. Suddenly, my car decides it's had enough and breaks down on the way to work. Now, this wasn't just any breakdown. It was a full-blown call a tow truck and hope it's not too expensive situation. Panic mode, right? Well, here's where the importance of having an emergency fund hit me like a ton of bricks. In that moment, I wished I had a financial cushion to soften the blow. But alas, I was unprepared. It was a valuable lesson that made me realize the significance of having a safety net. Now, let's talk practicality. How do you start an emergency fund without feeling like you're tightening the financial belt too much? It's simpler than you think. First things first, start small. Set aside a small amount from each paycheck. It could be as little as 5 or 10%. The key is consistency. Consider it a gift to your future self. You wouldn't want future you stressing out over a broken down car or a surprise medical bill, right? Over time, those small contributions add up, and voila, you've got yourself an emergency fund. Oh, and speaking of emergencies, let's define what counts. It's not just for car breakdowns. It's for medical emergencies, unexpected home repairs, or even that unexpected job loss. Life's unpredictable, and your emergency fund is like a financial superhero ready to save the day when you least expect it. So, in a nutshell, start small, stay consistent, and treat your emergency fund like a financial safety net. You'll thank yourself when life decides to throw a curveball your way. And remember, it's never too late to start. Your future self will thank you for it. Budgeting. Now let me take you into my own journey with budgeting. A couple of years ago, I found myself in a financial maze. Bills seemed to pop up out of nowhere, and I often wondered where my hard-earned money was disappearing to. That's when I decided to give budgeting a try. Let me tell you, it changed the game for me. So here's the thing about budgeting. It's not about restricting yourself. It's about knowing where your money goes and making it work for you. I started by listing down all my monthly expenses, from rent and groceries to that occasional treat yourself moment. It was eye-opening. I realized I was spending more on things I didn't really need. Budgeting helped me take control of my finances. No more surprises at the end of the month. I knew exactly where my money was going, and that brought a sense of peace. It's like having a roadmap for your finances. And trust me, that's a game changer. All right, let's dive into some practical tips for creating and sticking to a budget. First off, keep it simple. Break down your budget into categories like bills, groceries, entertainment, and savings. This makes it easy to track and adjust as needed. Next, set realistic spending limits for each category. Be honest with yourself if you love that morning coffee. Include it in your budget. The key is finding a balance between enjoying life and saving for the future. Now, let's talk about sticking to the budget. It's all about discipline. But hey, we're human, right? Treat yourself occasionally, but always within the limits you set. If you overspend in one category, make adjustments in others to stay on track. Flexibility is the name of the game. Oh, and there are some fantastic budgeting tools and apps out there that can be real lifesavers. Personal favorites include Mint and YNAB You Need a Budget. These apps help you track your spending, set financial goals, and even send friendly reminders when you're getting close to your budget limits. Remember, budgeting is like having a financial superhero by your side. It might feel a bit daunting at first, but the freedom it brings is totally worth it. Give it a shot and watch your financial world transform. Happy budgeting, everyone. Debt management. Now, let me share a personal story about something many of us can relate to dealing with debt. A couple of years ago, I found myself drowning in credit card bills and loans. The stress was real, especially during the holiday season, when expenses seemed to multiply like Christmas lights. You see, debt isn't just a number on a statement. It affects your entire financial health. It's like carrying around a backpack full of rocks. It slows you down, makes everything harder, especially when you're trying to enjoy the festivities. So, what did I do? Firstly, I had to face it head on. Ignoring it only made things worse. I sat down, made a list of all my debts, and acknowledged the challenge. It's like untangling Christmas lights. You've got to figure out where each problem is before you can fix it. Next, I looked for ways to manage and reduce that burden. One strategy that worked wonders for me was creating a realistic budget. I cut down on unnecessary expenses, no more impulse buying during holiday sales, and allocated more money towards paying off debts. It's like crafting a gift list. You prioritize what matters most. Consolidating high-interest debts into a more manageable one with a lower interest rate was another game changer. It's like wrapping all your smaller presents into one big, cost-effective package. This made it easier to track, and I wasn't bleeding money through interest payments. Now, here's a crucial piece of advice. Don't be afraid to seek professional help. It's like calling in Santa for financial guidance. Financial advisors are like the elves of the money world. They know the tricks of the trade. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Whether it's consolidating debt, negotiating with creditors, or just getting a solid plan in place, professionals can make a significant difference. It's like having a trusty reindeer guide you through the financial wilderness. So, as we step into the new year, my wish for you is to tackle that debt head on. Face it like a festive challenge. Implement these strategies, and don't hesitate to reach out for professional support. Your financial health deserves a gift too. And trust me, the relief you'll feel is better than unwrapping presents on Christmas morning. Stay financially jolly, everyone. Investing for the future. All right, so now let's dive into the exciting world of investing. Imagine your money as a little seed that, when planted wisely, can grow into a strong and tall money tree for your future. Investing is like giving that seed a good soil to grow. We're talking about long-term financial goals here, like buying a house, having a comfortable retirement, or maybe even going on that dream vacation. Now, I'm no financial guru, just a regular person like you. But here's the thing, investing doesn't have to be complicated. Think of it like this. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about growing your wealth steadily over time. So Let me break down a couple of simple investment strategies that even beginners can wrap their heads around. First up, there's something called index funds. Sounds fancy, right? But it's like putting your money in a basket that holds a little bit of everything in the stock market. So, if one company doesn't do so well, no biggie, because you've got a bunch of others balancing things out. It's like not putting all your cookies in one jar. Another neat trick is dividend stocks. Now, don't let the word dividend scare you off. It's just a fancy term for companies that share a piece of their profits with you, the shareholder. It's like getting a little bonus just for being part of the investing club. Plus, it adds up over time. Remember, it's not about picking stocks like you're in a casino. It's about spreading your investments like seeds in a garden. Diversification, they call it. And just like a garden needs some attention, check in on your investments from time to time. You don't need to be glued to the stock market screen, but a little TLC goes a long way. And here's the best part, you don't need a ton of money to start. You can start small, like planting a tiny seed, and watch it grow over the years. The key is consistency. Keep watering that financial garden regularly. So, whether you're sipping hot cocoa by the fireplace this Christmas or planning for the next holiday season, think about your money as a friend that can grow with you. Investing for the future might seem like a big step, but remember, every tree, no matter how tall, starts from a tiny seed. Happy investing, and here's to a prosperous future. Well, there you have it, folks. We've covered a lot today, so let's quickly wrap things up. Firstly, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for tuning in. Your time is valuable, and I appreciate you spending it here with me today. As we step into the new year, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on the key points we've discussed. Remember the importance of building that emergency fund? It's your financial safety net. Budgeting is like your financial GPS, guiding you toward your goals. Tackling debt head-on might seem challenging, but trust me, the freedom on the other side is worth it. And of course, investing, even in small steps, paves the way for a more secure future. Now, I don't want this to be a one-way conversation. I want to hear from you. Share your financial resolutions in the comments below. Let's create a community where we support each other on this journey. Whether it's a small win or a big achievement, celebrate those milestones with us. Together, we can make New Year a financial success. And as we close, let me leave you with this thought. Determination is the key. No matter the challenges, setbacks, or unexpected turns, stay determined. Learn from every experience. Find solutions, and never lose that motivation. Your financial goals are within reach, and I believe each one of you has the power to achieve them. Thank you once again for joining me on this Christmas special. Here's to a prosperous and financially sound new year. Take care, stay determined, and I'll see you in the next one.